Okay, how weird does it feel to be called someone's fiance? The first time you hear it, you do a double take. Your heart kind of flutters, and before you know it, you go from let's just enjoy the moment to we're planning a fall wedding. That's where Zola comes in. Zola has everything you need to plan your wedding in one place and have fun along the way. From free planning tools like a budget tracker and website to a venue and vendor discovery tool that matches you with your dream team. Everything on Zola is designed to make your wedding journey as easy as possible, and with invites that can be completely customized, and a wedding registry packed with gifts you actually want. Zola takes you from save our date to thanks so much without breaking a sweat. From getting engaged to getting married, Zola has everything you need to plan your wedding in one place. Start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com.
Kenny Chesney out last night on B105. It is The Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren on your Tuesday. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, it's too early to tell, but...
That's the spirit.
Well, I mean, you know, Zach Brown Band, Chicken Fried on B105, Northland's #1 for new country. And we've got the B105 Buzz brought to you by East Central Energy, member-owned, homegrown, community-focused since 1936.
Should I start?
You go ahead.
So there is a new business opening in downtown Duluth. It is a bridal store. So it's just perfect timing for me to just squeak on in there.
Is that where you walk down there?
Yeah, so it's called Josephine's Bridal. It's in the Bagley building, and it's actually owned by an event planner who's been in the wedding business, has a bunch of other event-related businesses as well, and this is the lifelong dream of her, and then her daughter also is a big part of it too, which is cool, and that store is aiming to open, I believe it's the first Saturday in November 2nd. But there's dresses in all shapes, sizes, price ranges, things like that. So you can read more, b105country.com. But love to see businesses moving into downtown Duluth.
When are you going to pick out a dress?
Everything with my wedding, I say, is a 2025 problem. Because I can't, it just seems so far away right now.
How many bridesmaids are you going to have? Or
I have 7.
Holy cow.
That's actually normal. That's the average number of bridesmaids.
Is it really now?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Well, I got friends, I got sisters, you know, you gotta catch them all.
Man, it'd be tough. You've been a bridesmaid how many times?
I think only 4.
That's it?
4 or 5.
Yeah,
that makes it tough too, because then it's like, you know.
I'm at the age now where anybody's getting married is their second marriage usually.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't hit that yet.
Well, I mean, you know.
Haven't hit that yet, but nonetheless.
Well, good. What's the name? Josephine's Bridal?
Yeah, Josephine's Bridal. This was not about me and my wedding, but there you go.
I'm just curious. You don't talk about it much, so.
That's because there's nothing that I've planned or done. So
it's next year, right?
Yep, it is next year. I just
know the date.
I'm gonna worry about it.
I know
like it's literally
it's like
so far away that I haven't even thought about it. I gotta renovate my house first, and then I'll have a clear mind.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
Well, they say when one door opens, another closes. Or is that the other way around? As one door closes, another opens? Well, either way.
I don't know.
You talked about this business coming in. I talked about I shared this yesterday. Hong Kong restaurant, Chinese restaurant in Cloquet is shutting their doors.
In Cloquet?
The 24th.
I've always
November.
wondered if okay, I've been curious about that spot.
Yeah, they're retiring, so it's going to be closed.
That's well deserved.
You still have the Panda, whatever.
Panda
is that the Panda Express over there? Have you tried that one?
No, I have not tried that yet.
You try that, let us know.
It is always busy. There's always cars there. So.
Right. Okay, well, there you go. That's business news in the B105 Buzz this morning. Chris Young, Young Love, and Saturday night on B105. Is it normal to bite your tongue in your sleep? Do you ever do that?
I was wondering that.
I think I must have been chewing on my tongue last night.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. You could have a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
That's a little bit concerning.
Interesting. Is anyone a dentist listening?
Is that what it is? I don't know if the dentist knows. Is it something neurological?
I don't know.
You grind your teeth when you sleep? I don't really do that much anymore, but I think maybe I bit my tongue and I don't remember biting my tongue.
I don't know. Yeah, that's probably possible.
It could have been the Haggis pizza I had, too, that burned the
That's worth it.
crap out of my mouth.
I also got burned. Like, I ate something that was too hot this weekend, and I don't know what the culprit was. Why wait? Hey, why wait?
And the other thing is when you heat up soup, and then you just sit there and wait for it to cool down. It's like, this is... I don't know. I got to look this up. It's kind of a job hazard right now because I got to be honest with you, my phone kind of hurts. Everybody
needs to be careful and then let us know if they know.
Be careful chewing. Okay.
Everything's scary these days.
Right. Florida Georgia line right now. Cruise on B105. Get more. Something about a truck on B105. The Northland's number one for New Country. It's Ken and Lauren. And today we're going to get to about 63 or so. We'll have more on your weather forecast coming up. 7:10 laugh off. Got to redeem myself after yesterday. That was a failed joke attempt. All around.
That was. It was funny in just how
bad they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of
so you did good.
That's what did the apple say to the walnut? You're just nuts. I like nut jokes,
Yeah, you do. But you got to find some that are
one
like
nut
a little
say
different.
To the other nut,
a little different.
Catch you.
Yeah.
Okay, you've heard
Good
that
job.
one too many times. Gotcha. All right, 7:10 laugh off coming up. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren, 7:10 laugh off. Here we go.
Okay. Got to clear my throat for this.
You didn't do your vocal warm-ups.
No, I did not. Okay, I won yesterday, so I want to go first.
Go ahead.
I have a theme today. Ken, why did the ghost cancel his comedy show? He didn't want to get booed.
I knew something with boo.
Okay.
That's pretty easy. Right
I hope your jokes are better than yesterday's, and I say that
Thank
with
you.
love and respect.
Sure feels it. Lauren, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows on too high. She looked surprised.
That can happen. That really can happen. Gotta have good eyebrows. Ken, what position does a ghost play in hockey?
Goalie. I'm guessing here.
You can pretend if you don't have to.
I'm a pretty
say the
authentic
punchline.
person. I cannot
we
tell
know,
a
but
lie.
sometimes you can pretend.
Okay. Lauren, my wife gave me a long explanation about mansplaining. I guess I can call it she elaborating.
I like that.
Mansplaining, she elaborating.
Yeah, I know about mansplaining.
Mansplaining is one when I got.
Yeah. Nice. Is that part of the joke? No.
No, but it's funny.
All right. What does a little witch use to bake? An easy bake oven. Easy bake.
Oh, because witches cook kids.
No.
Right? What? The Hansel and Gretel, that whole thing, right?
No. A coven. A witch. What does she use to bake?
Oh, a coven? Oh, I don't get it.
Oh my gosh. Because witches eat kids? What?
You said oven.
Oh my goodness.
Hansel and Gretel. The witch
all right, we
fattened
have to
them
move
up
on.
and they were going to cook the kids.
No, we
Which is
have
a
to move on.
terrifying
We have to move
story.
on. That
really,
got
when you think
really
about
dark.
it.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know what it... Okay.
Gosh.
Because witches cook
Oh
kids.
my gosh. Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, all right. Hey, this is kind of the same theme.
I'm just unwell.
Lauren, what do you get when you pick a pig's nose? Hamburgers. I know, it's not funny.
Okay. We're done. Good job.
I don't...
We got to move on.
I can't find my mouse now. Which one is it? Over here. Okay, we got it thrown off there.
Yikes. Good job.
7:10 laugh off. I don't know what that was. B105. Anyway, brain teaser question. Here we go.
Okay, so Halloween is obviously coming up. 25% of people say they do this every Halloween night. What is it?
Okay.
Do you do this?
No.
Yeah, you know.
Unless-
it would be awkward if you did this because it would be very obvious.
Unless you run out of candy. Then
Right.
I do that.
Yeah.
25% of people say they do this every Halloween. That's... My dad does this.
Well, I guess, it depends. Maybe if you have like a little baby, you do this,
Yeah.
or maybe if you just don't want to celebrate.
Yeah. Okay. If 25% of people say they do this every Halloween, 727B105. Call now and you can win some Papa Murphy's. Or Eli Young Band right now. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren. Good morning. It is 7:25 and we've got your brain teaser question.
Halloween themed, of course. 25% of people say they do this every Halloween. What is it?
Okay, let's go straight to the phone. Get the answer here. Hi, B105. What's your guess?
Turn the lights off.
Yeah, and pretend you're not home. Yeah, that's it. What's your name?
Ben.
Hey, do you celebrate Halloween?
We do. We have three little girls, and we trick or treat. But we have like hundreds of people that come to our neighborhood, so we usually run out of candy at some point and have to do it.
What neighborhood is it?
We live in Jackson Estates, up by the Hillmantown School.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a hot spot. Good to know.
Yep.
You got to find them, right? The good neighborhoods.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Ben, hey, we got some Papa Murphys for you. Okay, hang on.
Sweet. Thank you.
Okay, fun stuff.
There you have it. We'll do another Halloween-themed question tomorrow.
We don't really get any trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood, but we do have some new neighbors that are down, and they got one of those, 100-foot tall skeleton. What are they, 12 feet tall, 9 feet tall?
12-foot skeleton
My
from
gosh,
Home Depot?
they're huge. Yeah, must be. I think it's huge.
So jealous.
It's looking into our house. It's creepy.
I love it.
Right. Well, there you go. That's your brain teaser question coming up. Oh, Lauren, Ken's Weird News.
I know I've been waiting. You're going to do a part 2 to last week.
Yeah, and then a part 2, section 3. I don't know. It's not like a 3-parter, but it's more than 2 parts. Tell you what, lots of stuff in a short amount of time coming your way.
Perfect.
It'll make your head spin.
Let's leave it at that.
It'll make your head spin, right? In a good way, I suppose. I don't know. We'll find out. B105 coming up at 7:40. Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind of digging this new bed. I
like it.
Music bed, not like people in the biz. Anyway, so let's talk about this. Ken's Weird News.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished listening to. If my wife is listening, she always gets in my case. She's like, you didn't read that book. You listened to it. The audiobook of.
This is a good debate. I should put this on Facebook.
Yeah, we don't need to go into it right now. I get worked up. But Lou Elizono's book, Imminent Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs, right? And this is really interesting because in the book, he mentions, and it just casually mentions, that, Roswell was real. Roswell happened. Roswell was a cover-up.
Can you give a little background on Roswell?
Okay.
Just like a very brief one, because I feel like I am familiar with it, but I don't know the ins and outs of it.
1947, there was a news article that came out that there was a flying saucer that crashed with alien bodies in it in Roswell, New Mexico. And then the next day, the Army came. The conspiracy theory goes is that they loaded it up on a trailer and took it off, and then they did autopsies and all this kind of stuff, right? That's what the conspiracy was. The cover-up was the government says, no, it was a test balloon for a secret listening or spy program, and those were crash test dummies that fell out of it or whatever. Well, years later, in the 80s, on Deathbed Confessions came out saying, no, it was real, right?
Oh.
So this is what Lou Elizondo had to say in an interview. These are his own words on it.
Okay.
And he was asked point blank in this interview. You can see it wherever. Just look it up on YouTube. But said, you're telling me, is Roswell real? And this is what his words are. This is what he says.
I will answer your question with a statement. I had been approved by the Pentagon to talk about this particular aspect. I will say that there was a point in time where I was told to my face, verbatim, I am not allowed to talk about crash retrievals at all, or I will absolutely go to jail. And I've honored that. And that's why my book went through the DOPSR process, because I wanted to make sure before I talked about it, I had approval from the Pentagon to do it. And so my book took almost a year to go through the Pentagon process, but they approved me talking about Roswell. And so that's why I can talk about Roswell. Yes, Roswell, by all accounts, was a crash. It was not a balloon. It was not test dummies being thrown out. It was a crash. And that biological samples were, non-human biological samples were recovered. This is the end of the 1940s. Lou Elizondo.
So anyway.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why would the Pentagon say, okay, yeah, you can talk about that?
Because
maybe
disclosure is happening.
Oh, well, maybe it's to distract from other things.
It could be. I've thought about that a couple times. Like maybe it's this, but I don't know. There's been so many reports, so many different countries. It's not just our country. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a worldwide thing. So it's not just our government. In fact, our government's been slower than a lot of other governments to come around to this, really. But isn't that crazy that he just admitted that it was real?
Yeah.
This thing that for, how many years people are like, oh, you're crazy, you believe that. It happened.
And we say this all the time, too. if somebody has been super high up in the government or whatever it is, and they come out with something like this, like, what do they have to gain? Like,
nothing. They have
he
a
said
lot
he
to
could go to
lose.
jail.
Yeah.
People are going to think he's weird, lying, all these things. Like,
But
I'm buying it. I'm going to go watch the Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to follow up with. Unsolved Mysteries Volume 5, Episode 4 covers that. And I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know, if it follows everything he has to say. But pretty wild stuff. What happened is that they were doing nuclear testing, and this is what Lou says, and then that an EMP happens when a nuke goes off. It's an electromagnetic pulse, and that knocked one of them down because they're not immune to those.
Right.
So that's what happened.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I watched the first episode of the new volume of Unsolved Mysteries, but I haven't watched last season, and it was good. It gripped my attention. The volume 1 wasn't that good for season 5.
Yeah, right. I get you. Well, there you go. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the ground here.
I'm into it. I hope that Imminent comes soon from the Duluth Public Library. I'll ask librarian Laura.
Right. Okay. Morgan Wallen right now. B105, it's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren, and it's 7:47. Got a call coming in. Let's see what we got here. Hey, B105.
Hey, I was wondering what the book was called.
Oh, it's called Imminent, Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs. So it's IMMINENT.
Okay.
So check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, have a good one.
Thanks.
See, there you go. Look at people were getting excited about it.
I just went to my library account, and I'm like, where's my book?
He says in
Not
the last part of the book, too, he says, like, we got to spread the word. You got to start talking about this. Got to make this, because this is like one of the biggest discoveries in, well, obviously the century, but in mankind.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's big.
Didn't you say there was like another, you did say there's another book coming out.
Yeah, this one's from Jay, his boss, that he talks about a lot in his book. His boss is coming out with a book.
Not out yet. So read Imminent, and then when that book comes out, we can.
See, they always thought, you always thought that people thought the disclosure would be the president standing up in front of the world and going, ladies and gentlemen, we've made contact with, a non-human intelligence. That's what they're going. You'd think that's how it was going to happen. That's not how it's going to happen. It's how it's happening right now is how it's going to happen. Slowly warming people up to the idea. That's what's going on here.
Yep.
All right, I'm done now. I said we got Lauren's country
Feedback on the ground because we got to talk about what's going on in country music.
Yes, and we'll get to that here just a second after Thomas read. Okay, Lauren.
Okay.
You can hang around for a little bit. You can put up with me.
Yes.
That wasn't very convincing. Okay, Lauren's Country Lowdown on B105. What's up?
Okay, before I start, I have to mention 1 minute ago, we just got an app message. It said, I just placed a hold for Imminent.
Nice.
I'm third in line. And then it says it's the book copy, so I actually have to read it and can't listen. I think I'm first in line. I'm really excited.
Good luck.
I'm a little afraid. We'll see. I'll review it during Ken's Weird News sometime. But we got to talk about country music. So Morgan Wallen, he's on tour right now. He always does these walkouts with famous people, depending on, where he is. So he was in Tampa over the weekend. Hulk Hogan and Baker Mayfield joined him for his famous walkout. But it's something else that everybody else is talking about. So this is cool. After the shows, Morgan will stay and sign things that people brought. And somebody somehow got a chair into the stadium, held it up the whole show, and then stayed after for him to sign it. Now, I think everybody knows why this chair is important. No, so he didn't do it. We all know he's awaiting a court,
felony
his day
charges.
in court, in December, I believe it is. So he was trying to be nice about it, but there's video of him totally just dodging the chair, which is smart. He, like I said, has to go to court. He doesn't want to bring any attention to it. But then...
Yeah, you got to kind of expect that, right?
Yeah, so apparently, though, this person, jacked the chair from somewhere in the stadium and was just passing it off as their own. Really wanted him to sign it. It'd probably be worth a lot of money. But anyways, he avoided it. You can see that funny video, b105country.com. But it's cool that he stays and signs things. That's really cool.
That's good.
When the lights go on.
Especially in Tampa, because, boy, they're going to get walloped here from his Hurricane Milton. You finding that?
Yeah.
That's who he was at Tampa? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right in the... Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that was last weekend, though, so he's probably on to the next. But Sunday, there was a American Music Awards 50th anniversary special, and we had a few country stars there to represent. So Reba and Carrie Underwood, they pre-filmed something just talking about their memories in country music. They both won a ton of AMAs, but Kane Brown was there, and he covered an Alan Jackson classic, drive. He was just sitting in a lawn chair by the fire, the motorcycle behind him, and then he dove into his collaboration with Marshmello. So that's very interesting to cover Alan Jackson and then go into...
Well, I guess it makes sense because it's like Drive.
Right.
And then Miles on it. So it's kind of same theme in a way,
Yeah, exactly. So Brad Paisley was also on hand. He introduced Kane Brown and said that he was honored to do one of his first ever award show performances with Kane Brown. They collaborated together at the 2017 CMAs. So that was cool. And then Brad was also there and he paid tribute to Charlie Pride. He said that actually back when Brad was only, I think, like 15, he met Charlie Pride, and Charlie's like, give me your phone number. I'm going to help you make it in country music. And he actually did help out a lot, which is really cool. So he covered a Charlie Pride classic, and then he went into his new song, Truck Still Works. So check it out, b105country.com.
Thank you. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren, and Library Laura. Hello. Welcome.
You just keep having me back.
I don't, yeah.
We do, and you always are surprised by that, but...
Well,
one of these days, we're not going to answer the door. We'll turn the lights off.
That's what I'm afraid of. Lauren.
No.
For a price, we will.
Yeah.
Just kidding. What's going on at the library?
Well, there's always a ton of fun things going on. Our branches happen to have some of the best programming. I may be biased, but we've got a really fun event coming up for teens and tweens at the West Duluth Branch Library. It actually happens this afternoon. It's a teen DIY makeup remover. You just never know what you're putting on your face, right?
It's good to get into that habit when you're a teenager.
That's right.
Because then you'll age gracefully.
So what do you put in them? What do it yourself? What?
My guess is there's some sort of like witch hazel in it. That's a really good antiseptic type property.
Witch hazel.
Yeah, washable cloth wipes.
Love it.
Of some sort. These are just my assumptions. It's not my program.
You got to show
I
up
don't know
to
the
figure
secrets
it out.
Exactly. So if your tween or teen is interested in registering, you can do that through our website, duluthlibrary.org. Super fun event that happens all the time at the Mount Royal Branch Library, Crafternoon. This one geared toward pre-K through grade 5. Happens on Friday, starts at 3. All supplies are going to be provided. You don't need any experience in the crafternooning to participate, but always a good time. Arts and crafts, you just can't, well, I was going to say you can't beat it, but you can if you're Ken.
When you so you're saying I don't enjoy arts and crafts?
No, I'm just saying.
I really don't. I can't.
It wouldn't necessarily be your first choice.
No, I mean that's not what I do.
Right?
It's just frustrating.
It's kind of a thing. And I know, Lauren, this happens to be one of your favorite times of the year.
Yes, correct.
Super fun event coming back, and this one actually happens at the at Harrison Park. That's 3002 West 3rd Street on Saturday. Pumpkin Palooza.
Love
so
it.
10 a.m. there's going to be a pumpkin-themed story time. There's going to be drop-in pumpkin decorating fun after 10:30. Bring your own pumpkin if you have it. Otherwise, Whole Foods Co-op is going to have a limited supply there. So if you're one of the first ones there to take advantage of that, there's going to be painting and carving, and it's all done with help from our friends at Duluth Parks and Rec.
Love it.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is when you have to do it. Don't scramble and do it the night before Halloween, like we usually do.
Yeah, right.
Get your pumpkin decorated and ready so you can enjoy it for the next few weeks.
Yeah, October 30th. They're dig out the pumpkin seeds. I don't care if it's gross. We have to have fun.
Sounds like my house.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
You could have pumpkins into November, but you want to have, it's like decorations. You need to have them out all October, in my opinion.
That's right.
So,
and Lauren, all the way through December, right?
you're right.
Or year round.
You can make a Halloween Christmas tree. That's what I do.
She's gone around decorating all around the office.
Yeah, that's me and Tony from Mix 108.
Then we got over to my office. I got.
We said that we really need to step it up because no one else has them. So, but we're running out of space. So we're gonna figure that out. But anyways,
I have plenty of space.
Long live Halloween, and thank you, Laura, and Library Laura.
Yeah, thanks, Library Laura. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sounds good.
We'll have you in as long as the lights are on.
And I should probably mention Monday, October 14th, all library locations will be closed.
Why?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh, good to know. October 14th.
October 14th, that's Monday.
Yep. Probably some other places too then. All right, thanks.
That's very correct.
Thank you, Library Laura, for the civics lesson and everything else. Love that. 813 B105. B105, Northland's number one for new country. Okay, so here's the story going on. Very bizarre. It's happening in Washington. A woman has been feeding raccoons in her yard for the last 35 years in Kitsap County, Washington.
It's a goal. It's a vibe.
Right.
It's everything I want.
Sometimes she spent as much as $500. Well, so here's the deal. The raccoons were showing up, and she had quotes to up to $500 to trap and remove a single raccoon. So she's like, well, if you can't beat them, feed them, right?
Right, and they're cute, and they're hungry, too.
This time, though, she had to contact the authorities for help because she was surrounded by the animals. There were so many raccoons around her. I mean, we're talking dozens of raccoons here. You see that?
Okay, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That's getting a little scary at that point.
Well, they probably communicate and say, hey, look, this lady's going to feed us. Yeah.
So authorities had to come and rescue her from her house because she couldn't leave the house because of the raccoons. And now they're having the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife are trying to help find a solution for this.
Wow.
But raccoons, they carry rabies too, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want one in my house,
No. That's what you get when you feed animals, they come around, right? Mm-hmm. Got that like squirrels or whatever, rabbits, it's all over the place. Oh, my dog ate another dead mouse yesterday.
That's lovely.
So then I'm Googling, do I have to worry about if a mouse has been killed by rat poison? Does I have to worry about my dog getting sick from eating the mouse that was, you know what I mean?
What is the answer to that?
You'd have to eat a lot.
Okay.
So she's fine.
All right.
I think. But, yeah, she had really bad breath after that. Jameson Rogers, Some Girls on B105. It's Northland's number one for new country. And give us a good story, Lauren, that'll make us smile.
This is probably my favorite story we've ever had for some angel. So our angel today.
Saying a lot.
It is a goat named Mr. Joshua who ran 2.5 miles as part of a local marathon.
Yeah, I talked about this last week when you were gone.
You did?
Yeah, on Friday.
Man.
You go ahead. People don't listen. Maybe go ahead. Continue the story.
Oh, my gosh. So basically, Mr. Joshua was chilling in a pumpkin patch where he lives.
Sounds like the beginning of a child's story.
No, or a Disney movie, and they need to make this. Why has this never happened during any of the half marathons I've done? So this happened in Newfoundland, and it was a railroad trek half marathon. It passed by a pumpkin patch. Mr. Joshua said, I want to join. And he ran the last 2.4 miles. And his owner finally caught up with him and was like, well, we're close to the finish line, so we'll just make it happen.
Go, right?
Mr. Joshua got a medal. If I was running and I saw a goat, that could even motivate me to do a full marathon. That is how excited I would be.
I'd be like, how dehydrated am I right now? I'm
am I seeing things?
Yeah, right.
But I'm obsessed with the pictures because he really is just part of the.
I want to be part of it.
That is so cute. I can't get over it. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joshua was his name.
Yeah, Mr. Joshua.
The goat. Well, maybe I'll run another 5K. You never know.
I got to go to Newfoundland.
Funny. B105, Blake Shelton, boys around here. What was the awards the other night you're talking about in Lowdown? There's so many award shows.
There was it was an award show, but it was a special for the American Music Awards celebrating their 50th anniversary.
All right.
Yeah, which I heard nothing about that beforehand.
No, I didn't
only
either.
heard about it after the fact.
Yeah, no idea. Well, if you missed it, B105 Country. B105, Northland's number one for new country. We will see you tomorrow. I can't wait for this Lauren's Love Advice tomorrow.
Yep, there's going to be a new sound. We're going to talk about
7 signs that your significant other's an emotional vampire.
Yep.
I love that.
It's going to be amazing.
Okay,
Stay tuned.
We'll see you.